And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News. Thank you for everybody being on the chat. We got to talk, man. We have a very big, very important question to ask. Rob Ski, come, Mr. DeVille, eagerly awaiting the insights. The wait is over. Johnny Burnett have done a Wilder and injured your shoulder setting up? Have you done a Wilder and the doctor's doing the autopsy now? It's serious, so he'll be along in a moment. Mr. Counterpunch, where are you? Fish, how many phantom surgeries you think he has? Just a thought. He's got a blatant dive from Malik Scott. How are you late on your own video? No, I just had to clear up some stuff. Had to finish up some editing for another video. You know, the suit was too heavy. The chat the chat is over. Okay, all right. Let's see. The question is, guys. Hey, Mr. Trunk Punch. Hey, Mr. Punch Drunk. There you are. Okay. Povetkin versus Wilder 2021. William Colon. Love your shows. Bless. Appreciate it. How's life going? Boxing Icons is going great. Wilder needs his ego surgically removing. Wow. Hey, bro. Long time. You good? Absolutely. Luciano. Do you wonder about the replacement gloves? No, I don't. Because the only gloves will matter is the gloves that they're wearing that day. If there will be any fight altogether. So the question is, you know, does Deontay Wilder really want the fight now? You know, I know he's exercised the rematch clause, so you could say, well, that's silly to ask, but then with what we have, you know what? Scance Rants. I actually called him today. I left a message, so I'm waiting for him to call me back. So I reached out to him, left a message. Check the website, by the way. Now get this, Scance Rants. All of if you look at that link, okay, if you look at that link from the photographer, you'll see that the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury photos have been taken down. Now their claims that they were asked to be taken down, I don't know. But my objective to talk to this photographer is to get a copy or images of what he actually took. Not the shit that's floating around the internet. I want to see his. Those are the legitimate pictures. Okay? David Woods, good day, Kurt. No Tyson and AJ versus Pulev. AJ versus the winner of Fury White. That is it, bro. Wilder is finished. Damn. Because you have to ask yourself these questions, man, because it's like you have Wilder, he's exercising the rematch clause, but you have constant people now, his brother, his part of his team are thinking that Tyson cheated. Well, why would you want to fight a cheater? Why would you want that at all? You shouldn't want, I wouldn't want to fight a cheater. And then I know we've heard a comparison of Nikki Blue Eyes Austin counterpunch to you, and we've heard the comparison of Cotto fighting Margarito. Well, Cotto fought Margarito after Margarito got caught cheating, but Margarito got caught cheating with another fighter. Okay. So that pretty much confirmed, we can't prove that he was cheating. I mean, if we go off those pictures like they're doing with Tyson Fury, these images that's going around, okay, we can do that, I guess. But in Cotto's case, he couldn't prove it. The fight was long over. He got his face fucked up by a guy that was wearing inswells because he got busted the very next fight. Okay. Now, though, that's a different situation. Then Cotto fought him because there's no way you can cheat this time. Because for one, he had a better, I think he had a a trainer that had a name behind him. Roberto Garcia, he has his own integrity on the line, his own reputation on the line. So he wasn't going to allow Margarito to cheat like that, right? So it is what it is. He knows he will lose. He's been offered 120 million fights and turned these down. Wilder just does stuff to save face. Well, that's what people do with egos. You know, you want to save face, right? Fury Wilder 3 can't happen. Marcelos has said that by confirming Deontay Wilder is brain dead with the autopsy statement. Paul Ramsey, I know you were joking, but in hindsight, we're looking at what Marcelos is doing. It's almost he's making an excuse by itself, like him saying, "Oh, he has a dent in his head." Wilder gets in there and gets his ass beat again. What's everybody gonna say over there? Well, he was damaged because Tyson Fury cheated him the second fight in the rematch. Then there's some more excuses. There you go. There you go. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, if he has a dent in his head, like from some object that Tyson Fury put there in his gloves to hit Deontay Wilder with, first of all, he shouldn't be fighting anyway until he knows that can he fight successfully with that dent in his head. Nobody's thinking about that. Revenge and another payday. But then Scance Rants, look at it. Will he be 100% coming in with a dent in his head due by the result of cheating by the fighter you claim you want to fight? That ain't making no sense to me. Because he loses, that's another excuse. You know, hey, yeah, man, Deontay Wilder went out on his shield to fight a guy, a known cheater, a guy that had a sketchy background past, a guy that, known to be dishonest and did outside things outside the ring. Deontay Wilder, being a warrior, did it anyway. That's going to be the narrative. But he was already damaged due to the cheating in the rematch, allegedly. Fans are tired of talking now. We want to see the fights. Hey, I'm with you, Troy, but we can't do nothing but talk as of right now. He got a lot of cash for the rematch. It's almost like he went into that knowing he would be defeated. I don't know. I don't think Wilder went in that rematch thinking he was going to be defeated. I don't think it was any kind of setup like that. I think Wilder thought as soon as I land the right hand, the same thing is going to happen to Fury. His bald-headed ass is going to fall. As soon as I hit him, he's going to fall. Like a tree that's just been chopped down. Right? Just like he did in the 12th round. Wilder saw that in his mind. As soon as I hit this motherfucker, he's going down. And that didn't happen. Lade, counterpunch, just want to see an undisputed fight. Even better if Wilder decides not to take the fight. Well, I think at this point, they've made such a case. See, it's a such thing as doing too good of a job of what you're trying to do. But here's the problem. What you're trying to do are you trying to create an excuse for Deontay Wilder, or are you trying to convince everybody that Fury cheated? Okay, you've convinced enough people that Fury cheated, right? But you've also convinced a lot of people that your fighter's not fit. So the energy they're trying to put into this, like, okay, this man has a dent in his head and he had like keloid-sized knots or whatever. Okay, well, he shouldn't be fighting, because that's your skull that we're talking about. Your skull. Wilder is just trying to stay relevant so he can sell the third fight. He might be trying to do that. It will build controversy. It's clever. If that's the case, it's clever because think about it. What happened with Joshua last year? What was the biggest fight that we wanted to see last year? Think about it. The rematch with Ruiz and Joshua 2. That's the fight we wanted to see. People really wasn't even talking about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Not really, because it was going to happen next year, right? People didn't want to see that because, like, well, damn, Tyson beat him the first time. Chris Shuck, hello to you back. Tiny Tim, counter punch to you. LJ Mack, there will be no revenge, just another beating. Being followed you since the start. Kurt, my man. Sion Murphy, counter punch to you, brother. Appreciate you. Been in Photoshop, please, Mister up there. PC Jacob, big up to you, brother. Salute. What's the business? Joshua Little John. Man, if the business is a question, the question, does Deontay Wilder still want the fight? I mean, does he want that fight? You know what I mean? Like, will this fight go on? You know. Stoned Key Lips. Counterpunch to you, brother. Remember the commission watched Margarito get his hands wrapped and put concrete before bro Nassim made them rewrap. Scants rants. I'm glad you said that. If you seen the video that I just posted about who is responsible for, yeah, the commission is responsible. We can't take nothing away from that. But ultimately, why do you think the opposing team is there? Because you need a second opinion on what you think and what you feel something or how something is conducted, right? Okay, so that it falls on JD's just like it fell on Nassim Richardson. Nassim Richardson was doing his job. That's why he was there. That's exactly why he was there. Okay, so Cotto missed it. Billy was it Billy Conley? I believe it was Billy Conley. Juice Lee, it was not a dent in it was swelling around his head. Dadashev had the same injury. It's swelling in the arteries in the head along the ear. Counterpunch. Wow. Juice Lee, I was going about how, or I was using what Tay Jones used. Tay Jones said it was keloid sized knots in his back of his head, down his spine, and he had dents in his head. That's what they're saying. Okay? So that's all that was. Let's get 200 likes. We got 290 people on the chat. Let's get those likes up there. In Cubed Insight. Oh, why Wilder himself hasn't came out? He hasn't came out because once you start accusing someone of something like that, Wilder himself hasn't done that because I think he's he's probably been instructed not to. Because look, for one, you're supposed to be selling a fight, but what everybody or the fans around Wilder, they're counterproductive because that's not what they're doing. They're either trying to make an excuse on why he would lose again, or they're trying to get him out of the fight. Okay? So if Wilder came out and said, hey, I think Tyson Fury cheated me, okay, so why are we even selling anything if you think now it's time for people to go to court? Now it's time for this fight to be severed. The negotiation is off due to fuckery. Okay? So, due to cheating, this fight's off. Someone is accusing Team Fury, Deontay Wilder, and his team are accusing him of cheating. If Wilder said that himself, then that's when Tyson Fury can say, you know what? I don't have to fight you at all because I'm taking you to court because you're trying to say now that I cheated you. You've came out of your mouth and said that. That's why Wilder hasn't said that, because he knows the minute he does that, everything that he says, if he can tell his homeboy, he can tell his wife, he can tell his brother. They can say that to other people, but they are not Deontay Wilder. They are not fighting Tyson Fury, okay? But anybody on his his management team, like Shelly Finkel, JD's, maybe Mark Breland, and himself. If those guys come out and say those type of things, okay, then Tyson Fury can say, "Hey, you guys have said that we cheated. We're gonna sue you for defamation of character." That's why he hasn't done that because he knows, and I think he's learned from people that's done that before, like Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather went through the same shit with Pacquiao. People, you guys don't understand. In like 2012, Team Pacquiao threw a defamation of character lawsuit on the Floyd Mayweather, and but then Floyd got caught up because he said years ago, "Yeah, Pac-Man on those he's on those pallets. He's taking those pellets." You know, but then he changed his tune after that. After that lawsuit was over, I never said he was taking anything. I never said that. I just want an even playing field. That's all I want. Like I said before, that's he went from that to he taking them he taking them powder pellets, them Pac-Man pellets. Pucciao. That's when he used to call him Pucciao. Yeah, Pucciao's ass. He taking them. Yeah, he gonna take that test too. He gonna take that test too. Okay, but he went from that guy to that. I never said he was taking anything. I never said that. Wilder wants a third, fourth, and fifth fight with Fury as long as Fury doesn't fight Joshua. That's all Wilder cares about. King J, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I don't know if Wilder is about that. I think Wilder has more problems to think about than Joshua. But it did piss off Wilder when Wilder found out that allegedly Anthony Joshua was coming to the training camp. You see how mad Wilder got? You remember that? Oh, them some bitches. They some bitches. Brittany Devine, I have your shirt. Okay, black. You know the size, right? I have it. I will send it to you. I will have it in my possession Thursday, okay? And I will send it to your location. All right? Just letting you know. I had the person that was doing my shirts, they had to stop because of COVID and all that, because the person caught COVID. Okay, so I had to get somebody else to do the shirt. So, all right. Just letting you know. Brittany Devine in the house, peoples. Just in time. Those pictures are damning. Wilder wants the third fight. Well, it's like, if he wants the third fight, my advice to Wilder, tell everybody to hold off on all the bullshit talk, because it can only bite him in the ass later on. It's not helping him. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. It could help him, though. So maybe we're looking at it fucked up, okay? And then let me explain. If Wilder has a dent in his head, cheated, hit with a brick in the by Fury repeatedly, bled all over the place, got stopped, right? Had to go to the doctor to get examined, right? Does all that, goes through all that, comes in the third fight, went through all that with the dent in his head, with all the cheating that happened upon him, and he knocks out Fury. There you go. We might have, hey, can you imagine that? Can you imagine the channel? You imagine Deontay himself after that. To this day, I know he cheated me the second fight. I said nothing. I stayed silent because I knew I will have my revenge. As I told y'all, Deontay, the bronze bomber of the army, we will rise again. So let us rise. Speak it, believe it, receive it. So it could go that way, So it's one of those things that could happen, You know what I mean? So he could say, like, he was cheating me. I didn't want no excuses. That's why I gave you none except the costume. But I didn't want to talk about none of that shit because I know I was going to knock his ass out like I did the first fight. Bomb Squad! Right? Bruce Vane said Tyson Fury might have cheated because he took... let me see, what is this? Because he took the padding out of his gloves, so therefore he might have cheated against Wilder. Why give them that sort of encouragement? I don't know, man. I don't think he did. But I can tell you this. Mike M, what's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. Um, I've been. What's up, brother? Do a Ali impersonation. Absolution. Absolution. Absolutely. Absolution. I will in a second. I got to get this point across. Okay. Um, I think that Wilder, with if he feels that he was cheated and he does win, it would look better if he did. You know. Um, but I think Wilder, he's staying silent, which I think is good. Arizism, what's up, brother? Counter punch. You know, but I really just question. I question how he allows everyone around him to say something without him saying anything. You know, because it's getting close to home now. That's my whole thing. You know, UK Alvarez. Isn't it ironic how Wilder won a body on his record, but now claiming Fury tried to kill him? Well, I mean, if Fury used some type of shit like that, he that's an attempt to murder, you know. But I don't think it is. But guess what? We have to see that it ain't. That's why I call the photographer myself. That's why I'm waiting, and we gotta wait until that time comes. Then we will see if those if those images are legit, and he sent them because he's gonna send them my way. So I can see which ones that he had with his, photography name across them, like photography, his stamp of approval, right? See, you could always stretch that and make it look anyway, and then put the shit. Dude, this is 2020. You can make anything look like any damn thing. I could put myself and my picture on the face with the rock. We can do that shit. It's called Photoshop. It's called technology magic. Okay, Kurt, it's off topic, but what? Okay. What do you want to see? Bivol versus Charlo at 168. Dude, I would love to see Bivol versus Charlo. Jamal and Dimitri, get it on, Joshua? Fuck yeah. I would love to see that. Hell yeah. D-Town Blaster, what's up, bro? Thank you for the super chat. Everything's good. We're just asking some questions about the Bronze Bomber, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world with 10 title defenses. We want to know if he legitimately wants to fight Wilder. Because it's like, hey, he exercised it right away, which was impressive. He didn't waste any time. So there wasn't any delay. He didn't wait till after he had the surgery and say, I want to do that. Because I think he had a certain amount of time anyway. He exercised it right away. So we can't say that. Okay. But what we can say is the people that were fans of his started making up things. And look, and the glove gate is just one thing that was a rumor. So we have to put that into play. Okay? We have to put that into play, that it was other excuses. And when I mean excuses, that's not reason. Glovegate would probably be more legitimate than all the other shit combined. Because all the other shit was foolish. The peds, he was drugged. The way he wore the gloves in his wrist area. So that's just stupid. If he wore it in his wrist, the shit would fall off his wrist eventually. You know what I mean? The ref would look at that shit and be like, dude, he would march his ass back to that corner and like, hey, put these fucking gloves on this guy right. What is this? You know what I mean? And then it will go back to the official because like, dude, you didn't do your job, And in that case, it would be tampered with it because that means he had to unwrap that to put the shit in the wrist area, right? So that's tampered already. But I mean, that was silly because that wouldn't have helped Fury. That wouldn't have helped him do shit. Okay? John Doe. Yo, Kurt, do you think Wilder could have PTSD or anxiety from that last fight? I don't know. See, he never been beat before. He never took a loss. So it's so interesting to me to see how Wilder's going to react in the third fight. You know what I mean? Because he has taken that loss. And I always wondered, I didn't think it would be now. I didn't think Fury would beat Wilder. I had Wilder beating Fury by knockout. I had Wilder beating him by knockout, but I had Fury beating him by just doing what he did the first fight. I didn't expect that. So that's the thing. It wasn't Fury beating Wilder. It was Fury doing what he did to Wilder, dropping Wilder twice like that. Damn, head, then body, head, Mickey. You know, Kurt, can he fight with a dented skull? You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. And then if it's dented, like what precautions do you take with that? Good fight, good answer, good question. You know what I mean? D Town Blaster. You know, at what level does can he fight now? Will he pass the medical exam for the commission? Now that's something I definitely got to look into. You know, Johnny Burnett, Dom Squad. Wilder will chase AJ when he loses to Fury because he needs the profile. But Wilder will have to settle for Miller. Shit. Miller would be happy if he gets a fight with Deontay Wilder. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Miller versus Wilder. I always wanted to see Miller versus Wilder. Those guys had beef for the longest. I think Wilder dated his girl or Miller dated his girl. It was some bullshit like that. Okay? Something like that happened. Joshua Lil John, it got more conspiracies than the Kennedy assassination. Yeah. You ain't lying. King J, he did tamper with it in the first fight. You talking about Fury? Well, shit, if Fury tampered with his gloves the first fight, it didn't help him any. Lawrence Akali said that Tyson Fury took padding out of his gloves to try to hurt him during sparring match. Bruce Vane said that in a strong indicator that Tyson Fury might have cheated against Wilder. If Wilder did anything, he did some of the same shit we saw over and over again. You know, Kovalev's done it. A lot of people do it, where they punch the wall, and that might be the case. If Fury went to, he might have that monitor might have came off because he was punching the floor or he was punching the wall. Okay, he could have been doing that. That's what gave it that shape. And whatever you think about it, you see how that glove was kind of like this. He was punching something round. That could have been the case. He was punching something round. So, who knows? I mean, I'm just saying if that was going to be what it is, the pad and that's making the fist area, and then that makes the fist area less cushion there and pushes the cushion back, especially when you're hitting a hard surface like that. Can you find out from the photographer what round the pics he took are from so we can compare the actual film footage? Oogie. Great counterpunch. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's because that particular, you want to see that exact, because if he took that picture, he has that still. I can't wait for him to call. I look forward to talking to him. We have 400 on the chat. Let's get 400 likes. Let's go. It's a thumb check. Let's get the thumbs up there. Man, Crover, the glove was floppy. You're trying to deflect. You're too emotionally invested. It's not that serious. Now I remember that first fight. He was flicking that jab, but I mean he was flicking that glove. But he ain't the only person that did that. A lot of fighters did that. And if anything, that's more of a backhanding thing. If anything else, because let me understand, you have cushion on your fist to protect the fist. It wasn't for the fighter getting punched. Okay, so the whole idea of getting hit is to protect your hands. Okay, so you're still getting punched in the face. It's just you have a cushion behind it. But at what time does that not hurt you? It's gonna hurt you because you're getting punched. So, and a lot of times, if you've hurt your hand or you don't like hitting impact, it's easy to flick it and slap. That takes off damage from your fist too. Kirk, third time a lucky, they say. Let's hope not. Third time's lucky. Yeah, we'll see. Jason Jerk Nova, the LDBC make me laugh, man. Love from yeah, I mean, they're relentless. They're a relentless group of channels. They are they cover particular fighters. You know, they're a fan of particular fighters. Okay, so they are very very relentless. You know, they do this shit all the time, all day. Fireman, respect, appreciate you, brother. I don't think Wilder is scared of the third fight, but there was a point in the second fight where he truly looked afraid. If you watch it again, it was on his face just a few seconds. Hmm. I think he got spooked after being knocked down. I think that's what it was. I miss Mayweather and Ward in the game. I do too, honestly. I miss Ward, but I mean, those guys can't fight forever like that. They can't fight forever, people. You know, we got 395 on the chat. Let's get 300 likes. Let's go. Hell, let's get 350. How about that? You can't punch the wall. There's an official always on the side. Well, that's true. That's true. You know, it's maybe it was from his pad work. I'm not sure. What it depends on what he was hitting, but whatever he was hitting made that glove like that. It could have been made like that though, people. You know, but I don't really look too much into it because I doubt it was what they're trying to say it was. See, people forget. What are you trying to say? You trying to say that he had some either glove shit taken out of his gloves, or he had something in his gloves that hit him like that? Because you can think about it. Even if he had the gloves taken, some of the padding taken out of the glove, according to Tate Jones, those punches he couldn't have got those type of dents from a normal punch. That including a punch with fucking pad taken out of it. Because you remember, he's a pillow puncher too. But no fist was supposed to do that type of damage, give him a dent. So they are trying to insinuate and imply that he had something in that glove that hit Deontay Wilder that was causing those gashes. Okay, that's what the deal was. That's all it is. Sugar Hill is a cheat. Bear. Wow. Please tell. Absolution. Will they riot if he loses again? No. I think they'll turn the narrative, or I think they'll turn the focus on to Errol Spence, someone like that. They'll do more of those videos, instead of Wilder, because before Wilder was Mayweather. Okay, so after Mayweather, they needed someone else because Mayweather was losing steam. Fuck that. We got to make more videos, right? Who's the next top guy that looks like us? Wilder. You know? And they didn't ride with Joshua because Joshua was from the UK, on top of having a white promoter that they didn't really care for. But so did Deontay Wilder. He has a white manager. His co-manager is JD's, which is a white guy. But nobody says shit about that, do they? Not at all. Kurt, the glove can be flicked without it being floppy, but that's irrelevant now. Yeah, I guess so. You're absolutely right. Joseph Riddler, big up, Kurt. Big up to you. Appreciate you. The funniest LDBC member is BFTB Boxing. I didn't know who the hell that was until maybe like last week, and somebody said that he called me a fraud and was buying subscribers and shit like that. I'm like, dude, that shit ain't that serious. I'm not going to buy shit for anything with a website that you watch for free. That's just stupid. Anyway. Blue Blood is crying, saying he cheated, but will still want the fight and no court case. Joe Webb, you see what I mean? That makes no fucking sense at all, does it? If you here's the thing: you can tell a peddler versus somebody that's actually legitimately wanting or have the best interest for Deontay Wilder. If he wanted, and here's the thing. He wants Wilder to fight Fury so he can have more shit to talk about, more videos to make. It's all about money, honestly. It's not about the concern with Wilder. It's about how many people watch this particular video versus how many times I'm going to make a topic about this video based on the amount of people that watch it. So if a lot of people watch it, I'm gonna milk this shit dry. And that's exactly what's happening. You know, he don't want a court case because he knows if they go to court, he can't fucking make that. He's gonna have to go to the next person, right? Then Tyson Fury ends up fighting Dillian White, and guess where that leaves Wilder? Nowhere, right? You know, he's gonna be fighting a court case. Let's get 300 likes, guys. Let's get them up. We got 425 on the chat. Let's get these likes up to 400. D-Town Blaster. Let's get those likes up, people. Let's listen to D-Town Blaster _. Julian Falcon. I'm sure people could accept his opinion and not kill him for speaking out. I mean, he could have done that. He could have been done that. But understand something, though. Cheating is a big accusation, you know. But I'll say this about Wilder, though. If that's the reason he's not speaking out, he's smart. He's a lot smarter than people think, or he's learned from other people's mistakes. Shorty Low, 100. Counterpunch to you. Cameras never left Fury's dressing room. So I reckon Fury should do the same for third fight, but release the footage of his hand wraps and gloves. Okay, let me tell you something. If there is a third fight, which more than likely it will be, I think Wilder won't say nothing until after the result of the third fight. One thing, if that fight happens, there shouldn't be no reason this time that JD's, if he's not liable to inspect gloves and wraps properly, he needs to put someone in there like Mark Breland or Tay Jones, you know, because he's always with him, to make sure that shit's going the right way. And in fact, hey, no, we're gonna stay in there, but it's kind of hard to stay in someone's dressing room if you're a supporter of the opposite person, the opposite fighter, right? You know. If Tyson did cheat, it's probably what you said. He was punching the floor, but it is legal in how you prosecute somebody for that. Yeah, if that's more like a misdemeanor, because a lot of people do it. You know, it's just illegal. You don't supposed to do that shit. So someone please answer this. Why does Wilder speak out? He doesn't want to get sued. You know. Do you guys understand how long it took? Like how many videos were made because of on the behalf of Wilder? You know, and at first it was cool. I didn't think nothing of it, but then you had these channels constantly making Glovegate, this Glovegate scandal. And these are big channels. They're not like smaller channels that nobody knows who the fuck they are. These are bigger than mine, right? So they're making these. Wilder was aware of it. Yeah, keep these motherfuckers thinking that Tyson Fury cheated. So when I knock him out in the third fight, we can inform everybody that we watched him. We watched him, so there was no reason or no window of time that he could cheat, which we know he did cheat. That type of thing. Are you lot actually still talking about the glove conspiracy? You must be bored. The guy lost simple, fair and square. That's true. John Doe. Kurt, who else can Wilder fight if not Fury? He could fight someone like Adam Kalnaki. He's lost his first, so his popped. So put somebody else in. Let's get those likes up, guys. Little Mamba, disgrace, you need to tell the truth. Okay. Tell the truth about what? Let's say Wilder wins. What his next 3 fights? White, Joshua. I hope so. And the only reason I wanted Fury to beat Wilder, because I figured, okay, it would be easier for Fury and Joshua to have a fight together versus all the failed bullshit attempts. Because at the end of the day, Joshua might have lost, but he got his belts back. So whoever claims they want to be undisputed has to go through him. Fury's a cheater. Simple. If you think he's never cheated, then you're a racist. Simple. What the fuck are you talking about? Tyson Fury's a white guy from the UK. I mean, I'm pretty sure, he tested positive for a banned substance, so that's in the grounds of cheating. That's in the ballpark. But what row are you on? Blue Blood Dummy TV said he's more mainstream than ESPN. Yeah. Okay. Ian Ford, Wilder is finished. Everyone now knows how to beat him. Well, we'll got to see him try. That's why I don't want him to retire. I mean, if he retires after beating, we'll never know how true he is. You know. BFTB twisting it in next live chat. Silent but deadly. We'll find out soon. Okay. Come on, guys. Let's get 400 likes. Let's go. Let's go. 400 likes. Hit the like button. He's nowhere now. But I'm not used to it. Britain is more multicultural. Yeah, Mr. Freeze, it sucks when they get it in there. We're almost at 300. We got 108 more to go. Let's get those likes up, peoples. A jog by Wilder. I'm not sure. I think Wilder hits harder with one punch, though. A jog by power, but he's relentless. He has definitely more of variety, you know. If Tyson Fury had something in his glove, why didn't Wilder nose get destroyed? Hmm. Wow. Fresh tortellini. Great counterpunch. That is true. Let me look up some shit right here. Because see what they're saying is, and what they're implying. They got okay. All those excuses have to be like this. They have to be consistent. Some people saying he had some shit in the glove. Some people saying that he took stuff out of the glove. If he took stuff out of the glove, let's see. Well, yeah, you would see something like if he had something in the glove, he would be all fucked up. It was just pretty much on the sides. Jim Brown, what's up, brother? Counter punch to you. He's being clever. Yeah, he's being smart because he knows he doesn't want to get sued. But for all the people that are talking about him, Tyson Fury cheating, that makes him not. You shouldn't even want to fight nobody like that. So yeah, your supporters are talking all this about you and for you, but your actions are not telling us that you feel that he was really cheated. You might tell somebody else that, but you're still going along with a fight that you should be skeptical about at this point. So Tyson never committed an attempted murder. Oh God. Imagine 78 and the LDBC fools watching Fury beat up Wild alive. Yeah, it would be bad. That'd be very bad. Shout out from Lubbock, Texas. Fuck you. Counterpunch to you. Let's get 400 on the likes, people. Let's hit the like button. Someone from Wilder's team was there while Fury was getting his hands wrapped. Yeah, it was JD's best life. It was JD's. BT released the footage. He was sitting there skinning and grinning. And everybody's saying, oh, it's a short thing. Go ask JD. Somebody go interview JD's. I'll call JD's. And it's just amazing how no one thought. Think about what I'm saying. No one's thought. How many times have you had an interview with JD's? Think about what I'm saying. Just hear me out. How many times have JD's been interviewed? How many times has Mark Breland been interviewed? Like before the fight. Think about what I'm saying. How many times have these guys been interviewed versus how many times have they been interviewed since February 22nd? And I'm not talking about the post-conference. I'm talking about after that, the aftermath. How many times? They're not. What? Ryan Waterford. They're not allowed to give interviews. By who? They're their own people. So you mean they take a loss and now they can't be interviewed? Come on now. That's just ridiculous. Fury is going to have a field day with him during the press run. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till that shit start talking. That is going to be, look. And look, it's probably going to be the biggest heavyweight fight that we have this year. Just because look, people that hate Wilder, they're going to want to see Wilder get beat again. People that love Wilder, they're going to want to see him knock out Tyson Fury. Plus, if Tyson Fury's a cheater, he's going to come in with more confidence. Think about it. And it might be all a mental thing for Wilder. That's one thing we haven't thought about. Think about what I'm saying. If Wilder is convinced by the people that support Wilder, right, that Fury did something to his gloves to hit harder, that means he's going to go into that third fight more confident after knowing that he can't cheat me this time because he already put it out there that he did cheat. So that probably leaves them, hey, if they were cheating, they know not to try to cheat now, right? So it's one of those things where it could possibly be, okay, hey, he cheated. That's why he hit you so hard, champ. You ain't never got hit like that before, right? No. See, I'm telling you, he cheated you, champ, but he ain't going to be doing it the next time, champ. Big bro, what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that he doesn't do that so he can come in, punching like a pillow like he normally does. So that's all the confidence Wilder needs. You can't cheat me no more. We watched you from pillar to post, from A to Z. You can't cheat me. That's why I'm going to knock your ass out to this day. I'm going to hit you with the punches that you need. A pillow puncher indeed. You know? I still want White Wilder, absolutely. I literally dreamt that Wilder KO'd Fury badly in the third round. That could happen. But I tell you this, like I tell everybody again and again, Wilder caught Fury early with his right hands, people. So he did improve in the second fight. No doubt about it. It's just the result wasn't there. Maybe it was the weight that Wilder had on him. Maybe he couldn't generate the type of power. You know, maybe it was a combination of him gaining, 11, 12 pounds on top of, hey, by the way, let me put on this heavy ass costume. Love to see your impressions of Bob Arum. Bob Arum knows what he's doing. Let's get these likes up to 400. We have 63 to go. Let's get them. So whoever hasn't hit the like button, hit the like button for me. Mark Pringleleaf, Kurt, counterpunch to you, brother. Counterpunch back. I believe Mike Tyson beats Wilder as well. Oh, I got a fire video to drop after this. You know, because we're going a solid hour, so we got 11 minutes. King J Block Clown Mamba. Little Mamba doesn't know what he is. What is Little Mamba saying? Let's go to Little Mamba. What are you saying, Little Mamba? Okay. I love Key want Wilder to win so heads can explode. Remember how Wilder looked at the ref when he was knocked down? You were supposed to help me. That was funny though, because he was like, man, what the fuck he was doing? But look, strange thing, it ain't just Wilder though. Before we start shitting on Wilder, people do the silliest shit. Look at Lennox Lewis when he got knocked out by Hassan. You know, he gets up and says, yeah, that's what happens when you don't beat the count. Like it was someone else's problem, but not your own. Yeah, see, that's what happens. This is boxing. This is what happens when you don't beat the count. And look, man, and Jim Lampley and Harold Letterman, those guys, dude, they they had a fucking field day. What do you mean by that? That's exactly what happened. You got knocked out, Lennox. Yeah, maybe he's still out of it. Oh, Larry. More with HBO. Boxing, you know. But can you do an impression of John Fury? Shout out from England, Lake Beresford. Tyson Fury he's a colorful guy. Flip flop. Let's get the likes to 400 people. It's 357, like the pistol. Let's make it to 400. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hit that like button. I wonder if Shelly Finkel, who doesn't want a third fight. I want to know. See, and then look, you haven't heard from Shelly Finkel. Now I know we've had COVID, so that's that could be one of those things. But you got to ask yourself this question. That didn't stop interviews. That didn't stop Skype. It didn't stop Zoom. It didn't stop Instagram. It didn't stop any of that. It didn't stop none of that shit. Okay, people still were getting interviewed from their remote homes. It was no problem. This social media world we can still maintain. But you haven't heard shit from Shelly, JD's, or Mark Breland. Have you? No. None of that shit. Counter and punch. Fury avoiding White because he doesn't want to fight him. I think Tyson Fury should put the same amount of energy into White than he would Wilder because at the end of the day, White is more of a champion than Wilder is now. Wilder's the former champion. Okay? White is the interim champion. And then, by the way, those WBC belts, they look exactly the same. There's no difference between the interim silver belt and the world WBC belt. Okay? AKA Rain Man. You guys are wrong. Wilder is going to be the king of the heavyweights. He will whip Fury next fight. He will be smarter. I think he should hire Floyd or George. We'll see. That's what he needs. He needs that type of confidence. He doesn't need conspiracy theories. Wilder doesn't need none of that shit. You know what I mean? And I think if Wilder believes that, I think he's focusing on the wrong things. Or if he does believe that, he needs to focus on, first of all, why are you fighting him? Second of all, how do I sue this motherfucker? I want to take that L off my record because we've had too many images that those gloves look crazy. Hit the like button, people. We have 25 more on the like to get to 400. That's the overall goal for right now, mind you. I dreamed that Wilder KO'd Fury in the third fight. Okay. I hope Fury fight White or AJ. Don't want to see Wilder on the third fight. Look, I did a poll, okay, and I want to go over this poll that I did on my community. All right. And the poll was Okay, there's a problem with. Oh, there we go. All right. Now, what fight would you rather see? Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3 or Tyson Fury versus Dillian White? Out of 4,500 people. Oh, God. 75% human, 25% beast. That's terrible. You dreamed that Kobe died? Oh, God. It's crazy. Man. Wilder will twerk on the pole you made. What do you think about Pac-Man versus Triple G? I think that's a crazy fight. I'd watch it though. It would be like some shit like him fighting Margarito, but then Manny slowed down a lot too. So Golovkin might pepper his ass with that jab and fuck him up. Break him down to the body, keep him from moving. People don't seem to understand. Gloves were made to protect hands, not fighters' heads. Jordan James, great counterpunch. I just said that about 20 minutes ago. That's why they were designed. If you got the guy that's a long shark and he's the muscle for the long shark like Rocky used to be, right? You ever notice why Rocky wear them leather gloves? Because he's coming to rough you up. They wear the leather gloves, to protect their hands from breaking them on your face. Okay? Tyson Fury's hands are so big that it pulls the glove tight and causes the conclave to look that you see. Wilder is a bummer. Bum squad. That could be the more guys. Hit the like button for me. Let's go. He ain't going to improve unless he stops listening to the yes men and training properly. That's really what got him beat. Hey, I'm with you, Brittany. I am with you all the way. See, tennis. There was a nice when I liked Wilder. Or there was a time when I liked Wilder. Who is in charge of his PR curtain? I have no idea. Have no idea. Good fighters don't always equal good trainers. Floyd and George can't help him. He needs Customato. Wow. Good luck with that. What's wrong with this Kurt dude, bruh? Okay, what's wrong with little Mamba, bruh? What's wrong with you? Deontay Wilder got nothing but haters. He does have a lot of haters. He does. He has a lot of haters, but then I think Deontay should understand how that could help him. And I think the funny thing about Wilder is the people that claim to support him don't really support him at all. Fire Stick. Let me tell you something, people. I am a supporter of Deontay Wilder. I buy all his fights. And like I told people, if Wilder knocks out Fury, I'm going to get a shirt to this day. And I will wear the shirt proudly. Why not? Because I support Deontay Wilder. See, a lot of people come here, they want to hear me trash Wilder. No, I just speak the truth about Wilder. Now, that might appear like I'm trashing him, but it's not. That's just, I'm giving you my opinion about him. But I will say this, the people that kiss ass, lick his boots, stuff like that really don't even know him, that don't watch boxing, a whole bunch of casuals. When it comes down to it, yeah, you'll watch his fight from a damn Fire Stick. That's why they talk about all those illegal streams, people. Let's just keep it real. They're talking about all those illegal streams that, the first Fury and Wilder, they had over 10 million illegal streams. That's nothing to be proud of. That's nothing to be talking about at all. If I heard that, I'm like, dude, who robbed me? Those type of things. They're not like me buying the fight on pay-per-view, $75. Right? Sure, I do. I cover it live when I'm available, but that's what I love to do. However, me getting a Fire Stick, watching Deontay Wilder, claiming to be Deontay Wilder fan, yelling "Bomb Squad!" You can't eat that. His kids can't eat that. Okay, that's not money. You're watching his shit for free. You're not supporting him. Let's just be real. Who's really supporting Wilder? Really, the people that buy the fights, right? That's true support. That's financial support. Okay, that's who um, supports Wilder is me and other people, not people that have Fire Stick. Please don't watch shit on Fire Stick. Kurt, what will it take you to join the dark side of the LGBTC? Nothing. I mean, I'm my own channel. I mean, I don't need a group of channels to have my own channel. That's just crazy anyway. LDBC. So that means I can't make something. I can't speak my own mind. No, thank you. That's not that impressive to me. And, like Dante's Boxing Nation, he's an OG. He's been doing this shit for a very long time. But I am not him. I'm not, and I don't need his approval or any of those guys' approval at all. You know? Are you blind? Why can't you see your comments? Mike Tyson in a 10-month span can beat Joshua, Wilder, and Fury. Mikey C. Wow. Blue balls in the house. Okay. Who do you think will win out of the rematch between Joshua or White? I don't know. That's a good question. We got to see what type of Joshua we're dealing with. Hurry back, Blue Blood. I miss you already. Blue Blood. What? Blue Blood was on the chat? What did he say? I didn't see him. Blue Blood Sports TV propaganda. No, come back on the chat, Blue Blood. I want to hear what you got to say. How is this propaganda? What's the difference between you versus what you do versus what I do? Why? Because I have a different opinion than yours? Why? Because you're making things up? You showing your opinion? You sharing your opinion? No, come back, Blue Blood Sports TV. I want to hear him come on here so we can debate. No hate, just debate. No hate, debate. Propaganda. Now don't worry. I'll come on here and I'll drop some love to Blue Blood Sports TV. Factual and non-factual. There you go. That's exactly what it is. No, I just seen it because people are saying he was in the chat. So come back. How is it fabricating? How is it propaganda? That's what I want to see. How is it that my stuff is propaganda? No, I don't. I look. This is not boxing ego. Boxing ego will get pissed if you don't talk or think the way that he wants you to talk and think. Someone get him out of here. Let's just go. No. None of that. None of that. It's a boxing forum. It's social media. So we talk. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let's just, Blue Blood. And it is not that we disagree on everything, but we disagree on this shit. When I ask a question, does Deontay Wilder, does he really want the fight? It is not based on what he said because he said nothing. How is that propaganda? Has Blue Blood came out and said anything? You can make an argument to say he said something indirect through someone else. Okay, but does that mean it's him speaking? Does that mean that is if he's talking through his boy, his brother Tay Jones, if he's saying, hey, I approve what now, if Deontay Wilder said everything Tay Jones said, I might as well say. If he says that's one thing. But he hasn't said anything regarding nothing about that at all. Now we've heard someone else say that he said something. That ain't good enough. Okay? That's not good enough at all. Jim Brown above mine a bit. Who had said Wilder? Blue said Wilder don't have to say anything. I mean, I get, if he's not saying anything, he knows why. He knows why he's not saying anything because he knows the stipulations, you know. But it's one of those things where you have all these people speaking for you. And if that's the case, that's just like saying Anthony Joshua don't have to say shit about him being concussed. He don't have to say shit about it. Was that the case? Okay, if Joshua did the same thing Wilder did, remember, he was concussed, he had a panic attack, you know what I mean? And everybody, look, did Eddie Hearn go dark? Did Joshua go dark? You know what I mean? Sean Murphy, counterpunch to you, brother. But did he go dark? Now, if we ain't heard an interview from Eddie Hearn, we haven't heard an interview from Anthony Joshua, we haven't heard an interview from Rob McCracken. You've heard interviews from that throughout that time frame. Okay, it was a time you didn't hear anything from Joshua, but you did hear from Eddie Hearn, right? And what did Eddie Hearn say? Nope, that's all nonsense. Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua's ass. That's what happened. So why is it that none of these guys, none of these trainers, promoters, co-promoters, co-managers, right? Why aren't these guys said anything regarding Deontay Wilder? That's my question. I mean, cool. Wilder don't have to say anything. He don't have to say anything. Okay, cool. He doesn't have to say anything. But damn, can we get one of his management to speak about all this shit that's going on, that's being in an uproar about Glovegate, Glovegate 2.0, Glovegate resurrected? Can we get that? I mean, can we get that? Can we get fucking a 5-minute interview? Hey, what's going on with Wilder? We heard this Glovegate. It's catching on like wildfire. Have you heard these guys? Oh man, it's catching on. It's catching on like wildfire. You know what I mean? So, it's catching on hotter than the coronavirus. If so, why aren't Team Wilder talking about it? Yeah, Glovegate resurrected, rated R. Starts Friday. Amelia Bell. Right? Shelley Finkel, not one word, Wilder, not one fucking word from you. Don't say anything. Normally, I don't ask for much. But if you open your mouth about this Glovegate shit, you're gonna fuck us. Blue Blood Sports TV is jealous of Counterpunch Boxing News. Kurt DeVille, no doubt about it. That's my man or whatsoever. I don't see why he's jealous. He shouldn't be jealous of me at all. He might not like what I have to say because it's contrary to what he says. We have different opinions, but he shouldn't be. Blue Blood's doing his thing, on his platform. So, it is what it is. King JB Balls, intelligent enough to debate with Kurt. I mean, he's not going to debate. I mean, I'm just asking questions. Propaganda is propaganda. I'm like, shit, explain. Examples of propaganda. That's what I want to know. Wilder isn't stupid. He knows if Shelley or Heyman says the BS, his fans are saying he will get sued. Well, yeah. And also, here's the thing. Also, let me add to that, Jordan Dane. Thank you for the super chat. If he shoots down the narrative, that means that the people that are creating the narrative are full of shit. And he doesn't want to do them like that. He doesn't want to, that cuts off the videos. They got to talk about something else. They got to talk about something for real, like real now. How is he doing after recovery? How is Wilder doing? Is Wilder 100% recovered to go into training? Those are things you want to talk about, not shit that you seen from a video or a photo that Shit is all of a sudden it popped out of thin air, fucking over 4 months ago. Now it's been used on every platform and all this, that, and the other. You know, sure, I counterpunch it. You know what I mean? If I have something to counterpunch about, but some of it's just silly. You can't do a video on every channel because if you did a video on every channel, you'll be doing shit quadruple the amount. You don't flood it with glove gate shit. There's more fighters than Fury and Wilder, right? Listen to them clowns say that they are saying. Listen to them clowns. So what they are saying is anything they say is so. Fury punched Wilder's mother and gave her a concussion. Wilder don't have to say nothing. Blue Blood is a clown. I, Look, he's Blue Blood is the Fox News of boxing. Damn. Fox News is pretty popular though. You know what I mean? Yep, exactly. That's why all you hear is crickets. I mean, you know, he says, man, what the hell is this? Why are you laughing at me when you're wrong? I'm a mod for Blues Channel, mate. Okay, cool. But okay, here we go. It's not the lie that bothers me. It's the insult to that I find offensive. What's the insult to your intelligence? Why Canelo drag out Saunders negotiation? They know the boys and Eater and needs time. Well, I think Canelo has became infamous for just pushing people into fights and then offering them a certain amount of money. He's basically doing the shit that he feels that his ego or he's at a standpoint to do. You know, Wilder should wear gloves. Also said that Wilder should wear the gloves Fury wore. That shows his boxing knowledge right there. Wilder would never wear horsehair gloves. I mean, hey, it does make sense though. I mean, if that puts me in the that you guys remember when Roberto Garcia and Floyd Mayweather, and when he was fighting Marcos Madonna, and that was the suggestion of Roberto Garcia, like, hey, he can wear the same gloves too. And Floyd was like, fuck no, no, we're not, no, you ain't wearing them gloves. Nobody's wearing them gloves. You either wear the gloves that we want you to wear or there won't be no fight. And they wore the gloves. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, hey, been a supporter since you used to record outside on the porch in front of the bricks. Hey, I'll still do that from time to time. I go back home and I run and train. So, you might see some of those soon because I'll be, if I can go home. I'm not even sure if I can cross the state line with all this Corona stuff. So we'll see pretty soon. Stop it, Kurt. You're joining the dark side the LDBC crew if Wilder somehow beats AJ, Fury, Dillian White, Ruiz, and Parker. Absolution. If Wilder beats all those guys, you got to give Wilder 100% credit. Absolutely. That means I'm going to join a forum of channels? No. That doesn't mean that. But I'm definitely going to give the man his props because at that point, if he beats all these guys, Fury, Dillian White, Ruiz, and Parker, do you know what he's done to his resume? He's improved it 500%. 500%. Yeah, AJ Fury, Dillian White, Ruiz, and Parker. 500% he's improved his resume. Absolutely. Absolutely. You spoke to the mystery. Yeah, well, that's a good question. Blue Blood Sports TV, have you spoke to the mystery doctor that performed the autopsy yet? I don't know why they use autopsy. They know better than that shit. You know what I mean? They should have just said examination. I know what they meant. That's why I don't, whatever. But at least let us know. We have Russ Abner. We have the photographer's name. Who's the doctor? You know what I mean? We need like let's come with some actual tangible evidence. That's true journalism. That's not propaganda. Propaganda is saying, "Hey, a doctor said that, and there's no proof." Hey, a photographer said this has been verified, authentic, and there's no pictures proving that. Okay, that's the real propaganda. That's bullshit. Okay, that's what that is. Absolute 100% BS right there. So like that's what we're dealing with. I mean, blue blood. If you're still here, what do you have to counterpunch with that? Give us something we can use that won't come back to bite you later on. That we can't find out because I called that photographer. When that photographer calls me out, I'm going to counterpunch it. Absolutely. King J, I heard about that. I heard the guy BFTB boxing called Kurt a fraud. I just talk boxing. You know what I mean? Damn, if talking about boxing is a fraud, well, shit, I'll be that. But don't get pissed that you have. I don't know what the guy has. Shit. I mean, he's looks like an angry, ornery motherfucker. But like he's pissed off all the time. Sean Moonshine, truth. You wouldn't understand truth. You can't handle the truth. Roy, bro, you level smarter than blue balls. Blue balls. There is time I had blue balls too. Yes. Do not talk about blue balls. That is not right. Lee Campbell, Kurt, they're gonna hunt you down with the boys. Not with the boys. Oh shit. That Superman like motherfucker, he gonna come looking for me? Yeah. Bernard, the boxing community cannot be this stupid. Meanwhile, Wilder continues to twerk. He's angry Smurf. Yeah, he does. He's a smaller cat. I know he got into it with Ring IQ one time, and Ring IQ made a couple videos. I know I at least seen one, and he was pissed off. Man, he was mad as hell, and the shit was funny though. He was just like He was ranting. He was on one, and he was ranting, and he was just like, um, oh yeah, Adam Pierce. Kurt versus Blue Blood, the next YouTube boxing bout. Oh hell yeah. you know, no echo chambers here, Kurt. Keep it real. Hell yeah. None of that shit. But this guy, he was crazy. Oh yeah, Ebon Coleman. That's true. You know. But yeah, does he say much about the drugs? That was his brother. Wilder with the drugs. Nobody really talks about that. Ya tú sabes, Ebon. Así es. Retard lives matter. Oh God. Blue blood looks like Dobie the house elf. Man, you gotta talk about how a man looks. I'm not a Wilder fan, but I think he will KO Fury with a lucky punch. Andy Bliss, that could happen. That shit could happen. You know. But if that happens, it happens. I don't think you need fucking ions of fans and sports channels to make propaganda and shit about you and think it's real. Do you talk to showbiz, Martha? Sometimes I'll inbox him and stuff. Real cool cat. He doesn't get involved in none of that shit at all. Which his channel is known. I call if we were comedians, I call showbiz the Sinbad of boxing commentation because it's clean, it's funny, and it's very intuitive. So it's entertaining. So that's what I would call him. you know, ring IQ. Yeah, yeah, King J. It was crazy. He was like, I don't like this whole ass nigga. He's talking about a Joshua. He's fucking up undisputed. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this little dude? You know? Kurt Forrest Whitaker stunt double in Black Panther. John Doe. Yeah, that's true. Do you talk to showbiz? Do you have know any of the? I don't know. I don't know any of the guys. I mean, and honestly, this is a. I talked to Blue Blood once on his live stream, and I think it was like last year or the year before. And this is when Deontay Wilder turned down the 100. So this was last year. And I asked him a question, and then like he didn't want to talk about it. Somebody asked him like, "Hey man, what's wrong with him?" He's like, "Man, I don't know what's wrong with that dude." And that's it. That's the only thing he said. So this is the first time I heard a peep out of him. So maybe I struck a nerve, maybe. You know what I mean? So I mean, I guess I must be doing something right because when I was asking him a legitimate question on his live feed, he didn't want to, respond. He just wanted to talk or whatever, and and praise Wilder. Cool, whatever. But I'm asking a legitimate question. It's not trolling if you're asking a question that you want an answer from. For him being a Wilder fan, mind you. Okay, so it is what it is. Kurt is in it for the heart and the passion. You damn right. You gotta counterpunch that shit. What happens if Wilder wins? One win, one draw, one loss. Fuck, I don't want to see a fourth fight. If he does, look, let that be where it's at. Wilder can get that fucking belt back. Please fight White. If you don't, strip him. That's it. You know what I mean? So at this point, strip him. Don't give us the bullshit about, oh, I don't need, no. Get the fight signed by February 22nd. Fight Dillian White in probably the summer of of next year, and let that be done. If not, strip him. If he doesn't have a fight negotiated by February 22nd, strip him. Then he won't have the belt anyway. But he's had his revenge on Tyson Fury, fighting all Al Heyman, wild card picks, right? Fury is going to bring some one bills to the press conference and ask Wilder to lap dance. Come on, Deontay! Here's the money. Twerk for me. Twitch your ass. Circle, Deontay. Come on for me, me boy. Oh, Nikki Blue Eyes, loving this live. Kurt, big up yourself. Big up Nikki Blue Eyes. Austin. How come no one cares that boxers like Floyd can wear big padded clown gloves? Retard. It's like this because he has bad hands. His hands are fucked. That's why he wears the gloves with the most padding. If you notice, Floyd hardly ever wears something like Winning or Reyes. None of those, because those are less padding. He wants Everglast. He wants those type of gloves because they're less impact on his fists. Again, the gloves are to protect the fighter's hands, people, not the other fighter's face. You're going to get punched, you're going to get punched. Okay? That's why, though. He has bad hands, real brittle hands. In fact, Floyd, I think he had surgery on his hand. So I think he has like 9 knuckles, honestly. Kurt, remember us talking about you fighting boxing ego? Imagine if every time you counterpunched him, you said counterpunched. Oh, that would be some cool shit. But I think, saying something like that all the time to get your ass beat up or get knocked out. Bam, counterpunch, bow! You get counterpunched by the counterpuncher gets counterpunched. By dent, Wilder's brother really means he had an indentation in the swelling in his face. Yeah. I mean, look, when you get hit, there's no type of format how your face will swell. And let me let you guys on a little something that I don't know, and I've been saying this for a long time, okay? When it comes to Wilder. Wilder's tough. Wilder's a quick fighter. He has a good right hand. But one other flaw Wilder has is he has thin skin. He swells easily. Okay? He swells very easily. If you don't believe me, go watch the Duopas fight. Wilder's eye was fucking swole shut. His eye was swelling in the Ortiz fight. His eye was swelling in the first Fury fight. His eye was swelling in the Jarrell Washington fight, and Jarrell Washington was hitting him with a jab. Facts, people. He has thin skin. So if you have thin skin like that, Cotto had thin skin. That's why he bled like a stuffed Irish pig. Okay? All right? Klitschko, same thing. You don't look, just because you have a certain color, don't be a stereotype. Now, that's one thing I got to counterpunch Tay Jones on. He says, being a black man, we swell over time. That don't matter. That don't mean just the darker you are, the tougher your skin is. Don't mean that. Don't mean that at all. It means that if your skin swells, don't matter what color it is, it's just going to swell, it's going to cut, okay? You're going to get abrasions easy. That's what it's going to do. Don't matter about the color at all. And I forgot to put that in a video, so I'm reiterating with that, okay? It doesn't matter about that. Wilder swells very quickly. So that could have been a situation where he got hit and it started to swell. He kept getting hit with different types of punches, abrasions. You have, the wraps. A lot of times it gets cut, you know what I mean? And that's where the abrasions come by. So when someone jabs, you do this, but you miss it, but it still cuts you. Okay? The tape can cut you, can cut your skin. A lot can happen, people. All day, every day. But no, Wilder does not have the thickest skin. Okay? His shit swells. If you ain't seen Wilder's face swell after a fight, especially if you look at most of the fights he's losing anyway, he's getting what? Outboxed before he lands the one punch. Boom, timber, it's over. But what happens in between? Okay? In between, he's taking shots. He's getting hit with shots that he probably shouldn't get hit with, But the good side to that is that made him tough because he's anticipating punches, because he knows he's going to get hit. We can say that. No hate, right? Just participate. But he gets hit. So for him being hit, we see what's the result of him being hit. Okay? So it happens. It happens, people. Looked terrified. I wouldn't say he looked terrified of Fury. I think he looked spooked. So I guess that's kind of like the same thing, but spooked is more of a like, what the fuck, like, I don't know. It's kind of the same definition, but different, Wilder may eventually fight AJ for undisputed. I just want Wilder to fight AJ anyway. Those guys have some unfinished business too. Wilder has unfinished business with White. Wilder has unfinished business with Miller. Wilder definitely has unfinished business with Joshua. Okay, so I would like to see that. Oh, Kurt, what do you think about those two strong men having a boxing match? Eddie the Beast versus Halper the Mountain. These guys aren't boxers, but they're real athletes. Like a gorilla fighting a bear. You know what I mean? Two big fucking organisms going at it, I'd watch it, I guess, but it's crazy. Stone Cold Steve Austin in his prime beat Mike Tyson. No one kicks out the Stone. Get the fuck out of here. I like Stone Cold, but man, this is boxing. This isn't wrestling. He can't pick you up and fucking slam you. He can't do any of that shit. UCTV, I never heard of it, Barry B. My point is we shouldn't get upset at fighters wearing less padding. No, we should. Well, if it's not regulated, yeah. A glove has to have the proper amount of regulated padding in it. The padding has to be a certain amount based on whatever the standard is of the glove. Okay, if that shit was altered, that's cheating. Bottom line, Yeah, I know, man. I'm trying earlier, so you know what I mean. I know it's what is it? 12 o'clock. What is it, almost midnight over there? All right. Showbiz does called you a dude. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all right with me. I am a dude. Scans Rants, what White did to you? You hate him a lot for exactly. I don't hate White. Now, it's funny you said that. Oh, Scans Rants. Okay. Because a lot of people are like, oh man, you like White, you take up for White. No, if I took up for White, he wouldn't be on the redemption list. That motherfucker came in looking like the Black Michelin Man, and I wonder, like, dude, you supposed to be one of the top heavyweight fighters. How the fuck you gonna come in looking like that? Like, come on, you know, thin skin is thin skin. Absolutely, absolutely. That's all it is. That shit will bleed just like anything else. You know what I mean? It's not discluded. It's not separated. It's not set apart. If you're dark skinned, that don't mean you look, and it don't fucking mean you can take heat better no more. I know a lot of people. I'm from the South. If you, it's people that sit inside because I don't want to get no darker, but then you don't go outside. So guess what? The chemical in your skin that you need that you would normally use, it doesn't produce because you never go outside. Then when you go outside, you burn the fuck up. You can't take it. So it doesn't mean that at all. So let's get off these. Had to counterpunch that. You know, leg, skin, and skull are thin. Oh my God, Steven, you're killing me. You killing me with that shit. Do you remember the days when boxers had cauliflower ears? They used to protect their faces, but more their ears took a hell of a pounding. No, I don't remember that honestly. I don't. Give me an example, please. Wilder got tore up. Yeah, he did get his ass beat. I mean, but it's like, look, Wilder got his ass beat. Joshua got his ass beat. You know what I mean? Both of those guys got the fight got stopped in the seventh round. Okay, so before people are like, oh, Joshua got beat too. Yeah, that's why I included him with it. They're in the same circle. Guess what? Those guys, I was just talking to UK Pep Talk. Shouts out to them. But it's like I was telling him, these guys are in the same boat. Okay, they've both been defeated. Um, right now, they're both injured. Recovering. Right. Both got stopped in the seventh round, or the fight was stopped in the seventh round. Both stopped on their feet. Right. The fight was stopped. They were still standing up, so it wasn't like a devastating knockout, but it was embarrassing on both counts. So you know what I mean. So I mean, it's one of those things. Think Wilder KO's AJ. Fury just has his number now. 3-0. That could be. The last red squirrels. Thank you for the super chat. Master gave you what you wanted. You happy believing the illusion will be your demise. Wrong side of history, brother. Ouch. Counterpunch, one of the best commentators out here in the YouTube boxing land. Agency is stored in the balls. Counterpunch to you, appreciate you. Danny Tedlock, when do you think Klitschko is coming back? Because he's coming back. He is. He's coming back. He's waiting for the right time. You see him with the fucking Magneto sideburns now? Yeah, he's coming back. He stays in the gym too much not to. And if you think he's just there for support on Holyfield, you're dead damn wrong. He's coming back to the sport, people. Watch and learn. He is. I agree with that. He's coming back. He's just coming back at the right time. And I think he's not coming back now because all these other motherfuckers are coming back. I think he's going to wait to after that little wave of people that say, hey, I'm coming back. I'm out of retirement or whatever. He's going to wait till after that. Most importantly, I think he's going to wait till 45 or 46. Then he's going to come back. If Wilder loses a third fight, he will retire, and I'm sure about that. Samuel McDade, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. Like Wilder can't retire after fighting. You only fought two real legitimate people, and that's Fury and Wilder. Dominic Brazil, I mean, he's fought, but he's lost. So every time Brazil stepped up, he's got beat. He's beat some good prospects, prospects going into the contender status. You know, what was his name? Not was it not Ruiz, but I forget his name. He fought guy from Miami. He beat him. He was undefeated. Ungono. He beat Ungono, right? So Ungono was undefeated, and he was a contender. So he's had his claim to fame, but every time he stepped up, he lost. Okay, and he was never a champion. So I mean, if that's what you call a step up, I mean, Dominic Brazil and getting knocked out by Wilder, you have to really rate that win, on how good was that. But that's based off what Dominic Brazil does in his career. If he keeps winning, that's why Joshua beating Dominic Brazil was so good. That's what made Wilder look so good. But now Joshua has to share that victory with Wilder. Okay, so you have to understand where I'm coming from when you're talking about legitimacy of wins. Okay, now Joshua beat him when he was undefeated. Okay, Wilder beat a once beaten Dominic Brazil, but the WBC again, they allowed that and allowed him to be the mandatory over Dillian White. Now that would have been a different type of win if Deontay Wilder would have knocked out White. Then the same thing though. White would have ended up getting beat by Joshua first, Wilder second. If Wilder beat White, then we would have had a situation where then White goes back to the drawing board and he fights or tries to fight someone like Charles Martin or whoever, what I mean, to try to be where he once was, because a lot of these fighters have at least maybe once, sometimes twice, depends on how, sometimes three times you can fight for a world heavyweight title, but most of the time it's two. Look at Dominic Brazil. He fought Joshua, lost. Fought Wilder, lost. Right? So, but again, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, you beat this guy that was undefeated, Ortiz. You fought him twice, so you doubled up on that to try to double up the resume. It was clever, Nobody asked for that shit though, but it is what it is. You fight Fury and then you can't take Fury out. So now we're doing it again. It's all so redundant, But I don't want him to retire because I want to see what else he can do in the heavyweight division. Plain and simple. Yeah, that's the word around the campfire. But guess what? But Joshua has a concussion before the fight. Look, Timmy Yee, you'll never get anyone from Team Joshua to admit that at all. They ain't gonna admit that shit. They're just gonna no. I take my loss on the chin. I take my loss on the chin. We're gonna go back again. You gonna do a tune up? What the fuck is a tune up? He almost got pissed, kind of like, like, dude, we don't do tune ups. And that's what kept Joshua off the redemption list. Joshua, look, I didn't even start the redemption list, but Joshua would have started. He would have been on that redemption list had he lost the second fight. And it's what he decided to do after the Ruiz win. He had to, he had to fight the mandatories. But the soft touches, like pulling what Andy did, yeah, Andy is, on that bullshit. Wilder is canceled. He ain't canceled yet. Never disappeared after Wilder lose. No need to lie, Craig. Fight kills Wilder. I don't know about that one. I mean, that fight could go so many different ways because people say what they can do to Wilder, and I think you can inflict pain on Wilder. We saw it. We saw it again and again. But it's just what will Wilder or what can Wilder do to you back? I think people overlook that. That's how they get knocked out, honestly. AJ ducked Wilder 3 times. Okay. Um, Ask yourself how many contracts that Wilder received or Team Wilder received from Anthony Joshua. Then you'll get your number. And I'll make you scratch your head a little bit. Don't worry. Fraud squad. Jesus. Oh man, Anthony Joshua took his L like a man. Little Mama's back, I think. You know, he's back talking sheet. What if I'm right and you're wrong and you're the one dreaming that what you going to say? How come nobody talks about Wilder versus Malik Scott for the eliminator for the WBC title where the Phantom Punch put him down? Eric, I think I did a video not too long ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago, maybe last month sometime, early last month. But I mean, that was just a weird punch, due to their friends. Wilder didn't want to hit him hard for him to get a payday. He might have got 70 grand or 100,000. So yeah, I'm back for the minute. Then I'm leaving. I ain't got time for fake people. Okay, little Mamba, that's what's up. Go. Go back where the blood is blue on the outside. Yeah. Too many cheerleaders and not enough boxing fans. That's true. I mean, let's just like people are getting all butt hurt over opinions. Like, damn. Counterpunch this. Why does Wilder duck AJ and Ruiz? I don't know about Ruiz. But I think Ruiz pissed off his opportunity. If Ruiz would have beat Joshua the second time, Deontay Wilder would have tried to get it. He tried to get out of that fight. You guys remember, Wilder wanted to get out of that fucking fight after he waited for Tyson Fury to sign the thing. But everything changed when, oh man, wow, man, Ruiz is gonna destroy Joshua again. And guess what? Then we gonna put you in the seat, but you fucking sign that fucking contract for Tyson Fury, and that just lets you know it was smoke and mirrors anyway for even wanting a fight with Fury. After Fury told them to go take a flying, you know what? When he signed that ESPN contract and then tried to counter throw that little weak contract to Deontay Wilder, they should have knew. Team Wilder should have knew at that point, like, dude, we're not this dude. Let's go fight Joshua for the undisputed. They didn't want to do that. They wanted smoke and mirrors. They didn't want those fights. Okay, because he didn't do what he's supposed to do with Fury the first time. So I need to right my wrongs. So okay, they wanted and they kept pissing and moaning over that particular fight. Okay, and then when he finally signs it, then Ruiz beats Joshua. Now, oh yeah, we could make that fight happen. Yeah, we're in the same team, we're in the same stable, you know. But it didn't matter anyway because Ruiz and Wilder lost. They both lost, so it didn't matter anyway, right? You know, learning difficulty, boxing community. Damn, Das Pez. That's crazy. Kurt Wilder ducked Ruiz. I never said that. I never said that Wilder ducked Ruiz. Oh yeah, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, I never. I just I counterpunched that. I never heard that he ducked Ruiz. You know. Yeah, it went a certain way. His managers, swayed his career a certain way. Ian Ford, they wanted it to go a certain way, and it did. I think people make mistakes, man. I think his management made a mistake. They didn't want to deal with outside promoters if they didn't have to, and if they were, it better be for so much fucking money. It would be An offer that's too good to be true. Let's put it that way. He said it's funny how people jump on the Fury wagon when his resume is not better than AJ White. Yeah, it's very scattered. Very scattered. Kurt, can you counterpunch why Wilder seems to always have surgery after his fights? Do you think there's something fishy going on? I have no idea. I just know the weird thing is you didn't hear about any surgery after that fight was over. Hell, that would have been a better excuse than a costume. Because if he actually legitimately had a surgery, that, paperwork, hospital visits, him with the doctors, you know what I mean? Something, you know, that could have backed anything up. And then the question you ask yourself, okay, how long did he had it? Did he tear it in that fight? You know, Vic, good evening to you. Scans Ranch, you never say it again. Waiting for your answer. Why don't you respect Fury now? Your stories are always lies. Fury cheat. You know it. Your stories are always lies. Okay. Larry Holmes versus Joe Frazier. Who do you got? I'm going for Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier. You know? But anyway, guys, this has been fun. I'm wrapping up the chat. Thank you for everything and for everybody coming on the chat. Simple Red, Little Mamba, Donald Witten, Daz Pez, Vic, Jordan James, um, everybody on the chat. Blue Blood Sports TV, Jim Brown, King J, of course, Jordan James, okay? Ian Ford, everybody on the chat, you guys have all been counterpunched, and we will meet again. Peace.